Alright, so Nick Shirley once again has exposed some more fraud out there in Minnesota. Billions of dollars. Billions. For a little bit of context, Nick Shirley dropped a video, beginning of the year, I believe, where he exposed some health insurance fraud. But the big thing was daycare fraud out there in Minnesota, right? Nick Shirley went to a bunch of these Somali-owned daycares out there in Minnesota. Went door to door, knocking, asking if he could enroll a child in there. Some of them, he got zero response at all. The few response he did get would either go very violent or very unhelpful and extremely weird. These facilities are not, they do not appear to be daycares whatsoever. They are just these very industrial concrete buildings with blacked out windows or no windows at all. No play area, no children inside. You can't hear no children. Can't get any information when you knock at the door of these establishments. So it became a super big deal. It fucking blew up. Like, that video blew up on Twitter, blew up on YouTube. Elon Musk was retweeting it. Everybody was fucking looking at that video, right? It completely blew up. And Nick dropped another video just 4 days ago. So let's see what went down. Let's see what's going on.
I'm asking No. You don't ask me nothing.
Let me know if sounds good.
I'm the only community
Should sound good.
that does fraud.
How come they said this building was closed?
Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Advanced Mobility? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
They know we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have no defense.
David!
See anybody in
That's
the
the
government
goat
here
chat.
held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
The Minnesota fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars of fraud has been exposed, and as I showed the world the blatant fraud taking place at daycares and other locations across Minnesota, it became the most viewed video expose on the internet and created instant change within the government as the Fed sent thousands of federal agents to Minnesota, and the HHS froze over $185 million in all payments to childcare. And while politicians like Tim Walz call people like me white supremacists and far-right delusional conspiracy theorists.
Chat. You do not hate these politicians and mainstream media enough, chat. Bro, CNN, I forget who it was. I don't remember if it was CNN or MSNBC. It was one of those fucking extremely biased, unreliable mainstream media sources. They called this dude Nick Shirley a far-right YouTuber. Come on, bro. Nick Shirley is not far-right. He is not even close to far-right. Okay, there are so many people that are more on the right of Nick Shirley. It is so ridiculous. And they say how he's made like anti-Muslim videos in the past and shit. It gets old because we all know what you're doing. You're using this language to destroy his credibility. That's the whole point of saying that Nick Shirley is a MAGA content creator. He's a far-right content creator. He's made anti-Muslim videos in the past. It's all just to destroy his credibility. You don't want to engage with his argument. You don't want to engage with what he is exposing here. You just want to destroy his argument or destroy his credibility by using these terms that people associate as bad. That's the whole point of calling someone a far-right MAGA content creator, right? That's the whole point of it. If you're a far-right, if you're far-right, why do they listen to you? You have no credibility. That's the whole strategy there, right? It is so tiring. It is so So tiring.
For exposing the fraud. Meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election.
Why do you guys think that happened? Why do you think he dropped out? I don't know, chat. Why do we think why do we think he's not running for re-election? Look at that.
The Minnesota fraud scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting because daycares like Quality Leering Center were exposed.
I love leering.
Daycares is only a small
my favorite
portion
activity.
Of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud,
have they
I met
now?
back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years.
Big David.
So here in Minnesota, you have daycare fraud, you have adult daycare fraud, you have healthcare fraud, and you even have more fraud. What's some of the fraud that's also
Man, they got all
here
they got all types of fraud.
Well, what I think might be
trying to collect them
sort of
all,
the
like
heart of the
Pokemon.
beast here is this transportation fraud, and what I mean by that is in Minnesota we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota, and more than 90% of them are Somali owned.
And so right here on the table, what do we have? All this information right here.
So I have a number of companies that are local here in the Twin Cities, and this is just a fraction of the companies that are out there. What I found was that the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles per company. A lot of these companies, their address is an apartment, some are in a house, some are in a convenience store, some of them in a vacant building. There's no signage, there's nobody there.
And so why would
Come on, chat. At what point is this on purpose? Because there's just no way. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of retards in the government, but how? How can you be so incompetent that you have people filing an LLC using the address of an apartment building or a convenience? They're using an already existing business's address to file for their own business. Does this not come up in the screening when you're approving to send them funds? Like, how? It's not incompetence. There's no way it's incompetence. They're doing it on purpose. They know what they're doing. There's no way you can possibly be that retarded. Or I don't know, crazier things have happened. Maybe they can prove me wrong. Maybe it is possible. It's possible. I don't know. I don't know what type of dumbasses we have in our wonderful government, especially at the local level.
would there be such a need for all these transportation companies here inside of Minnesota?
So if you think of this
It's a good question.
transportation as the
Why not just take
hub
the
of
bus
the
or some
wheel.
shit? Why do
So
you need these
child
type
care
of
is a
companies?
spoke, adult daycare is a spoke, autism is a spoke, the interpreter services, which we can get into, that's another spoke. It all ties back to transportation. Why? Because those meals someone had to deliver those meals, someone has to deliver the kid to autism, or say they did. So
Okay,
it
I
all
see.
revolves
I
around
see. So
transportation.
So that's the
And-
excuse. Okay.
So when you're looking at this, you say, okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in Minnesota. Well, again, the average is 20 vehicles per company. So that's 800 times 20. And the way these
I'm not good at mathematics. Somebody do that shit.
NEMT companies are paid is if they bring someone to a doctor's appointment, whatever the case might be, or Costco or wherever they're going. Because remember, it's non-emergency.
Taking people to Costco? What? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is crazy. I don't go to Costco. I don't have a Costco subscription. I've never been to Costco a day in my goddamn life. I know my parents have a Costco subscription. I don't have a fucking Costco subscription. I don't go outside, Chatter. Right? I don't go outside. Right? I don't touch grass. But is it crazy for me to say that if you can afford a Costco membership, shouldn't you be able to afford a car or bus or Uber? And even it doesn't even have to be a brand new car. My dad's whipping in a 2016. Like I don't know.
Emergency medical
I don't know,
transportation.
man. What are we doing?
Well, we went to Costco because they have to eat or they'll die. So that's considered, right? So
Ah,
it's almost
okay.
impossible to figure out.
I'm actually just shut up and let
from the
David talk,
outside
man.
What exactly
I'm gonna let him talk.
the
He's
payments are for
he's
each
the
of these
genius here.
trips. But I have a pretty good idea.
I'm the
So
retard.
When someone provides a transportation to a facility or a location, they're also paid for the time to sit there and wait for the appointment to end and then drive the person back. So they're paid 3 different ways. And the average is going
Sounds
to
like
be
the life.
$50
Damn.
per trip. So it's going
Damn.
to the appointment as a trip, coming back trip. So that's $100 per round trip.
Wow.
So if you have 800 companies in Minnesota that are NEMT companies, they all own 20 vehicles, and they're all making 10 trips a day, and it's $50 per trip. So it's 800 times 20 times 10 trips times $50 a trip. Do the math. And the reality is, how many of these trips are being provided? 0. They don't have to provide any. Why? Because when they are paid by the state of Minnesota, these companies go online and they fill out a form, and it just says, okay, how many trips, how many miles. They submit that electronically to the state, and boom, they get paid.
That is a terrible system. What? Who greenlit that? In what world is that a solid system? That is a terrible system. How do you stop people from abusing that system? Like they just have to fill out a little Google form. You gotta fill out a Google form. How many trips did you provide this day? How many miles did you drive this day? How many people did you drive? From what hours did you work? Or how many hours? Like, wouldn't you need something a little bit more solid than that? What's stopping them from just making shit up? Like, what's the idea here? That everyone's just gonna be honest? Everyone's gonna be honest about the how much they provided? Like, come on, bro. This is kindergarten shit, man. This is kindergarten shit.
Nobody bothers to check. They don't call the dentist. Did this kid show up? They don't do anything. As soon as that form is filed with the state of Minnesota, that payment goes out immediately.
And so essentially, these transportation companies are what hold all of the fraud together, because you have the daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the adult daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the healthcare companies working with the transportation companies. So it's just another way to bill and to also make it look like something's happening here inside of Minnesota.
This is the belly of the
that
beast.
right?
All of this fraud revolves around these transportation companies. All of it. This touches every part of fraud here in Minnesota.
And today we're going to go confront these people. We confronted them last time. There was no...
So what would happen if we were to see who owns every single one of these companies? Right? If it all circles back to the transportation companies, who are the owners of these transportation companies? Who are the owners of these child care centers? Who are the owners of these adult care centers? Who are the owners of these insurance providers? Who owns all of these right? Because you would have to imagine they're probably all connected, and probably one guy owns multiple of these companies, right? I'm sure you could find some connections in the people who own a lot of these companies if they are so interconnected. I would love to see if, David or Nick Shirley have some like studies going into that. I would be interested in seeing that.
Kids in any of the child care centers, and today, what do you expect to see?
I think we're going to see some vehicles because, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving. Mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever. And there's never, ever, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles.
Well,
I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco.
You gotta appreciate the effort on that one at least. At least with the transportation, they're trying a little bit harder than the child care centers, right? At least they're trying a little bit harder. All right, at least they're trying to make it seem like they're actually doing something, right? Yeah, you gotta appreciate the effort. A+ for effort.
They're going to Sam's Club. They're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're going to go out and see what's happening with these transportation companies.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first, David.
Big David.
All right.
Big David.
So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation, Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
So what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
allegedly fraudulent.
Well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue, I have no idea where there's parking. I'm parking them because there is no parking anywhere near this office.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there we have a Loving Arms Adult Daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there, and there's supposed to be a transportation company registered right here. It's
You can't make this up. So, I'm assuming that adult center's probably not legit, since, windows are fucking non-existent. So, they registered an adult care center and a transportation company at the same address. And nobody picks up on that. Nobody goes like, huh. Well, that's interesting. Huh.
But it's a liquor store. Right, so the location
you can't
here
make this up, bro.
607 and also 617. These are two transportation companies. We're on a main road right now, and this is 607, and it is not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer, but it's registered here, 607. This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is the transportation?
You cannot make this up, man. You literally cannot make this up. Who are the retards approving this? Because they need to be investigated. Because this is either gross levels of incompetence, or they're purposely doing this shit. Because there's just no way. There's no way that this wouldn't come up in the approval process. Or are they just not looking into it? Like, they just see an address and like, okay, fuck it, approved. Like, zero investigation into like, okay, where is this address? Is there anything else registered at this address? Is this a legit address? Like, What are we doing here?
Company.
I don't see any signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we have the manager. Let's see if we can find fraud. Hello. How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation.
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation.
Safari Transportation,
Hey,
607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari Transportation.
We don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation,
know. That's the
That's the
607.
address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari
There's
Transportation
no,
is.
we don't know.
Did you
Okay,
know
so the
Fuad
business is
Omar?
not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar.
We don't know.
Why are you getting so angry? Why are you getting so upset? Well, what's wrong? Why are you're putting a little bass in your voice there? What's wrong? I think you do know. I think you do know, and you're just playing dumb. I don't know. No, that's just me. You know, just the Danganronpa in me talking, I suppose. You know.
This, do you see this? What is this?
Money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is from the state.
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say this is for
Go
Safari
find out.
Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015.
2015?
Safari Transportation, state of Minnesota.
2015, wow. Oh, yeah.
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota website today.
Sir.
Please.
This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuad A. Omar.
Go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari Transportation?
Okay, it's no Safari, period.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent
Did you-
business.
Did you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
Did you see?
Exactly. It's
Did
not
you
here.
see it?
It's a fraud.
Did you see, sir? Don't-
Okay, thank you. We're gonna go to the next
Okay.
address.
See?
All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company, and now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation company?
617.
617 right
Dreamline
here.
Transportation for the state of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store.
Again, chat. How could this have gotten through? How could it's insane to me that they can really get away with this. They're registering companies at existing companies' address. Like, how do you register a company at a liquor store? A complete different sort of business. You registered a transportation business using the address of a liquor store. Like, how? I don't know, man.
David, they aren't even trying to hide that these
Yeah.
are transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Let's ask. Let's see.
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
What's that, sir?
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
No.
Where is the transportation company?
No, we don't have this
You
one.
ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari, I know Safari, that money wiring, 607.
The money wiring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Yeah.
Safari
We're looking for
Transportation.
Safari
Maybe there.
Transportation.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never. Safari company, the money wiring, they send money there. That's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere
I don't think he was supposed to say that part out loud.
underneath the name of a transportation
They
company.
said to go here.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is reliable services, immigration, travel, and tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
Morning. Hey, we're hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. You ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it. Ask next door.
He said to ask here. That you would know.
Ask next door. This is a mailbox. It's not what it's called.
So, Dreamline Transportation could be nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well, 607, Safari Transportation. doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617 Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says reliable ITT services. How are you doing, man?
I just want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we
to-
sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're
Are
not
you-
attacking your
are you-
community by any means.
Are you making
We're
good money
looking-
from this?
We're looking for fraud.
No, I'm
For
not.
instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607?
second.
It's not there.
How
And why
much-
don't you answer?
How much money are
Why don't you
you
answer the
how much
question?
money
Where's
are you
617
making?
Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make money off
this?
of YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing
That my job
and attacking
is.
the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I don't know if this is a crazy thing to say, but that is a very obnoxious fucking argument. So because Nick is trying to uncover fraud, and a lot of this fraud is centered in these Somali businesses, he is somehow attacking the Somali community. It lacks logic. It's an appeal to emotions. That's all it is. It's an appeal to emotions. They want to make you feel bad. They want to make you feel bad. Oh, I can't say anything because I don't want to criticize Somalis or Muslims. I don't want to criticize them. I don't want to be a meanie. I don't want to be a meanie. But no, that's not the case. If you see a pattern here, it has nothing to do with the Somalis. It just so happens that there are a lot of Somalis that are committing fraud here in Minnesota. Nobody cares if you were Somali. Okay, if it was white people committing all of this fraud, we would care. If it was a bunch of Mexicans committing all this fraud, we would care. It doesn't matter who it is behind the fraud. What matters is that there's billions of dollars going who the fuck knows where. To the fucking Al-Shabaab. We don't know where all this money is going.
I'll tell you the
Fraud is
reason why
fraud,
this is
sir.
happening. All right, let me tell
David,
you the reason why
fraud
you're
is fraud,
attacking
correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
This
Is
is
fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim,
No, it does not.
all right, and us being from Africa. This is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying.
Who's saying that? Who's saying that? We can get into the argument that Muslim tradition is doesn't mesh well with Western ideals. We can get into that argument. But nobody is making that argument. Nobody is making that argument regarding this issue. Okay? Nobody is making the argument that we want Somalis out. We want the Muslims out. Nobody's making that argument. People are simply tired of having billions of dollars go to who the fuck knows where, when that billions of dollars could be used to help Americans. That's why people are mad. That's why people are upset. Nobody gives a shit that you're Muslim. Nobody cares.
No.
We're not
Because
saying that.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. You're talking.
When I go onto your comments,
My comments
what
aren't
I see
me.
is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You are listen.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like
How?
the Japanese community. All
How?
right.
Come on, bro. Muslims are not going to be put in concentration camps for... Okay. Like I said, chat, it's an appeal to emotion. Alright? If they say that the Muslims are going to be put in concentration camps because we're seeing fraud in their businesses out in Minnesota, it's gonna scare people. It's gonna make them not want to criticize a Muslim. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. And how are you gonna hold Nick accountable for his comments? That's insane. Nick Shirley is not saying that he wants Muslims out. He's not saying that he wants to eradicate Islam in America. He's not saying any of this. Okay, there is discourse of it. Of course, there's debate on it. There's debate, like I said earlier. There's debate about how Islam meshes with Western ideals. That debate does exist. Okay, it exists in France with their current immigration problem. It's happening in the UK with their current immigration problem, and it's happening even in fucking Italy. Okay, this is a debate, yes, but that's not what Nick is saying at all. That is not what Nick is saying at all. So what are we even arguing here?
You're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
Or
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the
listen.
question. Where
That's something
where
that can,
is the transportation
something
vehicle
that can
company?
jeopardize
Answer the question.
safety and the protection of the
This is
Somali
fraud.
community.
We're talking
if
about fraud,
anything
sir.
happens to the Somali
We're talking about
community,
fraud.
Listen, I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching
You're
you.
getting very close.
I'm not physically touching you. No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud. We're talking about fraud.
What you're
defending
doing,
fraud.
when
You're
I go
defending
into your
fraud.
comments,
You're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims
Okay,
want
people
us
can-
out of here
people can say
for
what they
being
want. I'm not
Muslim,
censoring
are
anybody.
using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People who hate Islam use your material.
The Taliban uses the Quran. Is it the Quran? I forgot what I forget what the book of Islam is. I think it's the Quran, right? I believe it is the Quran. But the Taliban uses the Quran to justify what they do. People can use all kinds of materials to justify what they do. Christian extremists use the Bible to justify a lot of shit that they do. So I mean, what's the argument here? Right? People will interpret a lot of things the way they want to interpret it. And if people want to interpret Nick's exposing a fraud as some proof that we need to get rid of Muslims or eradicate or deport Muslims or whatever they want to argue using Nick's videos, yeah, that's gonna happen. You cannot stop that. Nick is not endorsing it. He's not endorsing it at all, and he's never made any statements that would allude to him supporting that. He is simply saying that, hey, there's fraud here and it needs to stop. And yeah, there are a lot of people that are going to use these videos or religious texts or whatever to justify horrible shit. How can you hold Nick accountable for that? It makes no sense.
Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the Constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about
You
fraud.
know,
We're asking about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate
You
Muslims.
hate
We're talking
you
about
hate
fraud.
Muslims.
We're talking
Why
about
are you
fraud.
attacking us?
This
are we
is
the
fraud.
only community
We're
that
talking-
suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about
Are
fraud.
we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community that does this?
This is about
All
fraud.
right, but there's what, 300 Somali
This is
providers in
fraud.
all of Minnesota?
There's actually
I'm not-
800.
Don't touch me.
Keep talking.
Is there
Don't go
So,
Do you speak English?
transportation companies.
Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen,
Yeah,
let me tell you
so
something.
see, this isn't a race issue,
listen,
sir.
listen, let me
This
tell
is
you
about
something.
fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a...
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
You
sir.
want to sacrifice the safety of
Sir.
80,000 people
We're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers?
That's enough.
Are you fucking mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
You're
Where's the transportation
sensationalizing.
company?
What about if a mass
Listen.
shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick fucking Shirley. If
This is-
any Somali,
this is about
if
fraud.
one single Somali gets hurt,
This is about fraud,
it's because
sir.
of you. Sensationalizes. You son of a bitch. Sensationalizes.
Wow, you're
Get the
very
fuck
nice.
Out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the
So all those dead people in Afghanistan, it's because of the Quran? Is it because of Muhammad?
Sir, can you tell me where the
Get the
transportation
f
company
out
is?
of our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the f out of here.
Calm down, sir.
Get the f out of here.
Sir, this is
You
about
want to
fraud.
sensationalize? You wanted clicks?
You're
You got clicks.
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
You
sensationalizing
got
yourself.
clicks. You wanted clicks? You wanted the YouTube?
Tell me where the
You
transportation
wanted
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the f out of our community.
Tell me where the
Get the
transportation
f out of our
vehicle is.
community.
Tell me where the.
You
This
stupid,
is about
racist
fraud.
motherfucker.
This is.
Say I don't want
This is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to change the.
See what I mean, Chad? There's no argument here. It's nothing but emotion. There's no logical argument here. And you can't argue logically with these people. You can't. Because it's all just emotion based. It's all just appeal to emotion, emotional manipulation, emotional arguments. It's all emotion. There's no logic. It's zero logic.
Constitution.
No, I don't
and
wanna
wanna
change the
freedom of
Constitution.
religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. That is what you are.
Okay, if
Sir,
you were born in this
We're not
country,
talking-
congratulations,
this
you're
is
an
about
American
fraud.
citizen.
So appreciate it.
fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
Fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Tell me where the transportation company is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously, for this video, we had to get security because look at this now. All right,
Okay, hold on.
we're going.
Shout out to Officer Tatum. I'm glad Brandon Tatum helped Nick get security, cause definitely, man, like look at this. Look at how many people pulled up already. Imagine if Nick didn't have any security and it was just Nick and David, bro. They would be beaten. They would be fucking jumped. And everybody knows that. The only reason that they're not being attacked right now is because they have security. And these motherfuckers are trained. Shout out to Tatum. Shout out to Tatum. Shout out to David and Nick Shirley for doing this. Because let's just look at this shit, man. Look at this.
You don't have to go from here.
But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
No, none.
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion. This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent, and the Somalis are the
Of
most
course,
violent
because they don't want their
people I
infinite
have
cash
ever
cow
met
to
in my
go
whole
away.
life.
Because he couldn't answer the question. Where was the transportation
He
company?
wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Yeah.
Neither business was there or operating.
I'm
and
telling you,
giving a very
chat,
conservative
it's
estimate
the emotion.
based off of David's
It's all it
numbers
is.
and
It's like
other numbers
Niara's
combined,
debate
starts
with
to see
leaflets.
each
Nothing
business
but
operating
emotion.
With an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip, and with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue. And with those two locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud.
All right, we're
That's
going to the
nice.
next location.
What's interesting, Nick, is that one of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota. But the place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow. There will be no tire tracks. And so why are they using this address? And all that was in there was a liquor store. And he told us to talk to the guy next door, and those were all just mailboxes. And then the guy next door said, go talk to him. I said, we just talked to him. Obviously, the cover up, and you see how they all stick together, and it's all this intimidation. And thank God we had the security we did there, because that would have been bad.
Yeah,
now we're
man.
outside
Shout out
of
to the
this
security.
transportation vehicle company right here.
Yeah, and
They
so
doing
you can
work
see
out
these
here.
are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window and the numbers on the rear. None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot they were 8 months ago. And look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out from the Somalis on 617 Cedar. And this is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store. And now it's here, and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally, no vans and no tire tracks anywhere. If these vans are being used to transport people, whether it be healthcare, childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 vehicles here. No snow
So
tracks
they getting a little
anywhere.
nice break
These
off of those
vehicles are not
11
being used, and these transportation
11
companies
vehicles.
are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for. Here's all of the vehicles right here. And the vehicles that are coming in and out, like this Toyota, it does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here, David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain. And there's 3 different companies in the same address.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how all these companies are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that.
And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult daycares, and healthcare services. They need to leave a paper trail to make it look like something is happening. Therefore, they use these transportation companies to create that paper trail by saying they are moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually never provide the service at the healthcare provider. But that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money, and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to dismantle, because quite literally everyone is involved.
And it's all because the state of
Wow.
Minnesota never checks.
All right, so this is actually the location for Silver Mountain Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any... Yes, we're wondering where Silver Mountain.
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that. Where it is.
It says 2722 Park Avenue.
All of you, get out of here.
Where
Is
is-
Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
ju-
Mountain does not exist.
You were
No, the name,
doing.
the
I don't
name's
give a
not,
shit.
the name's
I
not
don't-
Silver
don't-
Mountain, it's just Silver
Don't
Mountain Home
ask me that.
Healthcare.
When you come.
All right,
So
sir.
Silver-
Don't ask me
You're
that.
not a waste
So
of time.
Silver
It's a
Mountain
way
does
to
not
make a
exist.
business.
27,
You're making a
22
business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business to
Okay,
600
sir.
people.
2720.
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain
I don't know
Home
where
Healthcare?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well that's what we're
But
looking for. All right, we're
me
moving on.
sitting there-
So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain Home
I can't
Healthcare?
find any of these companies. I mean, this is shocking.
They get
These
so
companies
aggressive
are
and
supposed to be in that
defensive
building,
about it, bro.
and
Like,
he's
you
never
you
heard
really
of
can't
them.
make
He
this
doesn't know
stuff up.
anything about them.
And look, so they don't exist there. Right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services, a daycare right there. All these welfare companies are in the same location, but their businesses, that business didn't even exist.
It's all
Man, talk about capitalism, bro. They got the competition next door. What's going on here? I've never seen some shit like that. I've never seen some shit like that, bro. Like, what? It's like having McDonald's and having fucking Wendy's or some shit right next door to it. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? You got fucking In-N-Out and fucking Burger King right next to each other or some shit.
fraud. All of it.
What are we
So
doing?
there is a transportation company, no passenger, just a driver. How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer simple questions about the fraud, they can't answer?
Well, I think their reaction tells you all you need to know. The reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on, they would say, what are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation, but they can't because they know we're shining the light on the fraud.
Basically what I said
They
earlier.
have no
Big David, I'm
defense,
telling you, Chad. This guy
so
David, I like this
in
guy
their
David.
mind,
He's awesome.
Being loud and using
pretty awesome.
profanity is their only defense.
Because I'm trying to give them the opportunity.
Yeah,
to say,
very
where are the
professional
transportation
business, by the
companies?
way.
Where are the daycare? Where are the children? Where are the companies now? Yet they can't answer.
And to this point, Nick, the transportation companies we've been to, we haven't seen a single vehicle at any of them. In fact, some don't even exist. We can't even find them. we're going to the addresses that are listed on the Secretary of State's website as their business address.
This is a massive parking lot here. We're gonna go ask them where their vehicles are. They should not have any excuse as to why they don't have their vehicles here.
I mean, yeah,
other
you
than
got a big ass
if they're out
parking lot.
driving right now. And what's the story behind
Big
this
ass
business?
parking lot. You should
Well,
have some
this
vehicles.
business is new as of March of 2024. It's Muhammad Malim is the registered agent for 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
Me and David headed into this building, however, the owner was not there.
We're here at the suite of Epimonnia Transport LLC.
Classic.
There's actually not even a sign here. And anyone here, it looks like there's a guy over here. Let's see if we can talk to him really quick. Do you know about Epimonnia Transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago. He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And then I see him maybe twice a month so.
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot, but no transport.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years and I'm always here. I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here, so I know everybody in the building, and this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here. They're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
And for instance, this guy Muhammad, he should have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
Wow, so he's even lying on his public records with the government.
I would assume if he was to make and doing fraud, it makes sense to switch it up and throw people off track. It would be the first thing somebody would do, I would think.
So since the fraud has started to be exposed,
W-Mans, by the way, for being honest and not just going feral on Nick, going on some rant about, oh, you Islamophobic piece of shit. W-Mans.
Muhammad has left the scene, and that guy just said, he confirmed that there was never even been transportation vehicles outside.
Good Samaritan,
so
chat. Good
Muhammad
Samaritan.
has completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found, and this parking lot.
No Muhammad!
Actually never even had any transport vehicles, according to the guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's over.
Because if me and you were to go to the doctor, we either have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How come they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation companies. They said they were all full. So now we're at 2833 13th
business is booming
in Minneapolis, and there's supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advance Mobility Incorporated. And what's interesting about this company is that state records show that it first registered with the state of Minnesota in 1999.
And they have been in business for over 26 years.
Yes, correct.
And so we're gonna go inside.
They must have a lot of vehicles.
So this is Advanced Mobility 2833, boarded up. All these windows are covered right here. We're gonna see if we can go inside. There's a bunch of shops in here. We have money transferring shop. We got clothes in here. There's a coffee shop. Let's see if
Okay, cute little businesses.
Mobility is in here. We got spices. Is Advanced Mobility here?
You know 224?
I don't think you guys are allowed to record it.
Do you know where Advanced Mobility is?
Suite 224.
She's recording over there, so. Suite 224. Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is?
Advanced Mobility?
Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
What is this? What is that?
Oh, my name is Nick Shirley. We're just looking for Advanced Mobility.
Hey,
Where's Advanced Mobility at?
we don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for. All right, we're looking for Advanced Mobility. Nobody can help us right now. We got a whole group of people trying to get us out of here. We're looking for Advanced Mobility.
We don't care about advanced mobility.
Advanced Mobility doesn't exist.
Get the f out of Get out. You need to get out. You need to get out. Get out.
Now they're
telling you,
pushing us
get
out of here. Where's advanced mobility
We
at?
don't care about responsibility.
That's what we're asking for.
Get out. Get out.
Would you like to give a statement on where advanced mobility is?
Nope. Go ahead. Get out. We don't care.
So advanced mobility is not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? No, who do you work for?
Nick Shirley.
Who do you work
This
for?
is Nick Shirley,
I
sir.
don't care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes, sir.
But who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
I don't care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today, Nick Shirley.
This is from the
We
state
don't
of
care. We don't care
Minnesota.
about that.
Do they not understand the concept of an
And so you
independent
guys say, I
journalist?
can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here. Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting was we walked in there, and on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a one-story building. None of the suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist. And it's been registered since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
All right, next location. David, where are we at?
How?
What's called Ray's, R-A-Y-Z Transportation, LLC.
And this is Ray's Transportation. We're on a street. There's no parking lot for any transportation vehicles. We'll see what happens. This is the
Can't make this
address
up.
for Ray's Transportation. Let's see if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation place. There's no transportation places here.
Oh, okay, well,
All
It's just
healthcare places.
R-A-Y-Z.
well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that Ray Transportation, all of these transportation companies, they're
Okay.
kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist.
Who could have seen that one coming, chat?
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like we need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of spaces for it. Now this is some crazy stuff, but I'm glad that you bringing light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
Hey, what's up? What you got going on, man? Hey,
Hey.
you keep the false narrative that you be going on. It's a nonsense.
you should get in your car, 'cause
you
there's-
should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that.
So, going to businesses and seeing that there ain't shit there is misinformation? Tell you, chat. No critical thinking at all. Zero critical thinking whatsoever. Where's the misinformation? Where's the misinformation in literally going to these businesses? Okay, you had the research portion of it, right? David did the research portion of it. And now David and Nick are going out, boots on the ground, going to all of these places and finding nothing. Where is the misinformation in this?
For
It's
fraud to
not
be happening?
fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair.
Yeah,
you
so-
cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor. We got a attorney general. Let them do the job.
They're not doing their job. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem here, Buster. They ain't doing their job. And when the politicians that you fucking elected aren't doing their job, it's the responsibility of the people to hold them accountable and make them do their job. Or remove their asses out of power. Like, what are we talking about?
You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a problem.
He's not trying to do their job. He's doing independent journalism. What are we even talking about, bro?
Prosecutor, if you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation. This is the information.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state
You're
of
coming
Minnesota.
You're coming everywhere. Where you coming from?
You see what I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
You can't. It's Southside. It's my turf. Get it.
Sir, so we were just having a civil conversation.
Did you say this my turf? Come on, bro. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit, especially with the security there, buddy. You're not that guy. Get back in your car, bro. Get back in your car, bro. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Get your ass to work. Come on, bro.
That guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road about the fraud that's happening. And he's saying that I'm the bad guy for showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate. They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff either going on or be brought to
Passionate
light.
people.
So that's what
I
they're
like
gonna
this
do.
guy,
They're
bro.
gonna
I like
it's
this
a very
guy.
tight knit community.
You saw it firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection.
I'll say.
So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no ill feelings towards you by any means. We're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir, and thank you very much. Why are we doing this?
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist. That's what we're trying to figure out. It's not a race issue, it's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally in the entire state of Minnesota. It's not just in one part of Minneapolis.
Right, and so I think what happens is the people in the suburbs of Minneapolis and St. Paul, they get lulled into a false sense of security because they say, oh, that's in Minneapolis, it doesn't affect us, or that's in St. Paul. And we're showing that this fraud spreads throughout the entire state of Minnesota, including all of the suburbs. And
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously you're going to have the fraud all over, right? It's going to spread. And even if it doesn't spread to your immediate area, I mean, where do you think the money for these checks are coming from, right? It's your taxes, right? Your tax dollars are what basically funds these checks that the government writes to these businesses. All right, that's you're the piggy bank basically. Right? You're the piggy bank, and the government is the hammer in a way, right?
we're going to bring to light exactly what's going on in those respective suburbs.
And so what's happening in this suburb of St. Louis Park?
Well, this is one of the
St. Louis Park
Somali NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation companies, that's registered with the state of Minnesota in St. Louis Park. And so let's see if this one actually exists.
This is the location of
Let's see,
Crescent
David.
Transportation. We have no vans outside right now. Does not look like any vans are outside. Let's go
Okay,
inside.
maybe business is booming. Maybe business is booming,
Here
chat.
we are, and it's an apartment complex.
Ah.
There's no signage of any Crescent Transportation Company. Once again, another.
You
fraudulent
really can't
business
make this shit
where
up,
they don't even
chat.
have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex. So this is an apartment complex right here?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
Huh? I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to the fraudsters?
Yeah, okay, I like this guy. What? Bro, why are the people Nick is interviewing? Why are they all so fucking awesome, bro? Yo, I love this guy. Kind of sounds like Mike Tyson. Hold on, I gotta rewind this chat. I want to hear that again. I want to hear that again.
Fraudulent business where they don't even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex. So this is an apartment complex right here?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
Huh? I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraudsters?
Huh? Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do you feel knowing
W
that
Mans.
transportation company that receives money from the government
This guy's awesome.
is not even here? It's the apartment complex.
I just said I don't like it.
I'm a taxpayer. I work hard for my money. People out here fraud, they still go to jail.
And should Tim Walz go to jail?
Oh, he crooked too, huh? All them crooked, all the politicians. My daddy ain't never liked none of them.
So that man right there just confirmed that.
Yo, this guy's awesome. Fucking Mike Tyson chat. Am I smoking crack, chat? Am I smoking crack? Does he not sound like Mike Tyson? That guy's awesome. That guy's awesome. I like that guy.
Right, and so
That guy's awesome.
the cities have specific rules governing operating businesses.
My daddy ain't never
on
like none of they
apartments.
asses.
They do not allow transportation companies
Oh,
to
that's so
park
good.
vehicles
That's so good.
in an apartment parking lot. None of the cities in the Twin Cities allow that.
Because even if you were to be running a transportation company out of your apartment, there's nowhere to park the cars.
Well, where are they? There aren't
Where
any.
they at?
Crescent- I don't see anything with Crescent on it anywhere.
More fraud taking place here.
So this is called Hopkins Child Care Center.
Hopkins?
This facility
Like Jimmy Hopkins
is
from
licensed
Bully?
to hold 118 children. So this should be a really big facility. And this year alone, they have received $2.25 million from the state of Minnesota. And
Sheesh.
last year, they received $1.92 million from the
Sheesh.
state of Minnesota. And this facility, in the past,
Damn, bro. Why can't the government write me checks like that? Holy. Holy. I could buy a nice house in Compton or some shit with that kind of money, bro. Holy. That's a joke, by the way. Compton is very shitty.
5 years, has been in the top 10 for the most money received from the state of Minnesota.
So there should be plenty of children. There should be footprints of children walking in and out.
This should be a very busy place, yes.
So this right here is Hopkins Child Care Center. They're receiving over $2 million a year. All of the windows are
$2
completely
million a year.
blacked out. You can't even get in. And for a place that's supposed to have over 100 children, there's no footprints anywhere going into the store. And it's locked. Midday right
Classic.
now. This is the back side of the daycare. We're ringing the doorbell right now. See if anybody comes. Hello, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, sir.
Get out.
Okay, listen.
Get out. This is our business.
Each other, okay?
What are you
sir.
looking for?
We don't care what you do on the
We're-
parking lot.
Go this side.
Otherwise, it's called
Instantaneous
I can
hostility.
You don't need here.
Wait,
What are
can
you
we
looking
ask
for?
you about the daycare? It's all right.
you
It's
looking
all
for?
right. Can we ask you about the daycare?
No. I don't care, Ken.
Sir, I'm not
You have
racist.
to leave here.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing. man.
$2.25 million.
Get out, you guys. Get out. This is
$2.5 million.
Get out.
This is a business.
Get out, hey. Get out. What are you looking for?
We're asking. We just want to
Get out.
We just want to ask you about
The instantaneous hostility.
Get out, guys. Get out.
Like,
You cannot do that.
Get out. No, you cannot. You cannot do that.
where
Get out.
this is,
Get out.
cannot do
No.
what?
Get lost. Get out. No.
sir.
Cannot do what? Go up to public businesses and try ask for information? What? he can't go up to public businesses during working hours and try to ask for information on the business? What? Huh?
You have to get out. This is our property. Get out.
Why?
Get out.
Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No, get out.
What's the need
Get
for
out.
$2.25 million for a
I'm telling
daycare?
you, get out. Get
Can
out.
you answer the question?
Get out. No, I don't ask you any question. You guys,
can't.
get out.
You can't answer the
Get
question.
out. No. What are you? Who are you?
I don't know, personally, I wouldn't want my children being supervised by these very aggressive individuals. I don't know. I want to exactly feel very comfortable with that.
My name's Nick
Who are you?
Shirley.
No, I don't give a shit. Get out.
Didn't you just ask him?
Could
Get out.
answer the question?
No, I don't.
What's
ask
the
you any
need for
question.
$2.25 million
No, you don't
for a
ask me any
daycare?
question. No. $1 million. Don't worry about it. Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
And it's licensed for
Get out, my friend.
118
Get out.
children,
Get out.
but I don't see any footprints of any children here. I don't see any footprints of any children
Get
here.
out. Get out. Guys, get out. No,
One-
you're not asking nothing, man.
I'm
Get
just
out.
asking you about what we're seeing here.
No, get out.
Do you-
Get out our business.
do you-
Get out.
sir,
This is my property.
You have millions of
Get
people
out.
watching right now.
Fucking
Can you say what's the need
$1
for $2.25 million?
$1 million,
And where are the
man. Get out.
118 children?
Motherfucker, get out.
Sir, I'm just
Get
asking a
out.
simple question.
Get out. No, you don't ask me any question. Get out.
You have the opportunity
Get
to
out.
answer
No,
the
no, no,
question.
no, no, no. You can't ask. You can't ask me nothing. Get out. Get out of this business, man. Get out. Get out, man. Get out.
Sir,
Get out.
just answer the question.
No, 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 no.
Just
no.
answer the
Get out.
question.
No, get out. Leave.
Sir, just answer the simple question.
Hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You YouTube, man. Get out.
All right, code word has been given. We're out.
Get out.
All right, we gotta get out of
Code
here.
word has been given.
Sir, just answer the question. Where are the children? No footprints of any children around here. No footprints.
Bro, where did they all come from? These motherfuckers just spawn in? Where did they come from? These guys started swarming. Damn. They got their homeboys on speed dial. That's
of any
crazy.
children. They can't even answer the question. We gave them so many opportunities.
They get so
We gave
hostile
them
so
plenty of
quickly, bro.
opportunities. Just answer some simple questions.
Like you.
Millions of people are watching right now.
They came out with guns blazing. All we want to know is where are the children? 118 children, no footprints in the snow. All of their vehicles were sitting there.
Them boys
with
came out hot.
2 feet of snow on them. They haven't moved in months.
The windows are all blacked out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing at all these daycares. 4 men came out. Yet they couldn't answer the simple question. We had it right here. 118 children. $2.25 million.
118 children, huh?
Welcome
Seems
to
like a very
Minnesota.
lovely facility to hold
Now, this
118
daycare
children.
center, how much money has this one received?
So this this child care center is called Proud Child Care Center, and it's in
Proud
Eden Prairie,
Child
Minnesota,
Care
which
Center.
is a very high income area. It's
Ooh,
a,
high income
further
area.
out suburb from Minneapolis, but there are a lot of multi-billion-dollar homes
Shit.
right in this neighborhood, and this child.
Yeah, $2 million a year from the government. You could probably buy one of those multi-million-dollar home, huh? Huh. I don't know, Chad. It's just food for thought. Food for thought.
Care got 1.25 million in funding in fiscal year 2025. It got 1.08 million last year. It opened in 2021. Let's go see if we can find any kids.
There should be at least 40 children here. Looking at the snow prints, does not look like there's any snow prints of any young children. And all of these windows are completely blacked out. Let's see if we could just talk to somebody. Could I enroll my son Joey into daycare here? Well, do you have the paperwork where I could enroll a child? Who are you? Oh, my name's Nick Shirley. I was wondering if I could enroll a child. I have a son named Joey.
Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
So where you come from?
Yeah, I'm just coming out and seeing if I could enroll my child, Joey. We just want to get a statement as to why this daycare needs $1.26 million and if it's even possible to enroll somebody like my child, my imaginary child, Joey. No, you guys can't give a clear statement, or could you even give me a paper to enroll a child into the daycare? Just to show that you guys are a legit business. It would debunk all claims if you could just give me a piece of paper saying where to enroll a child. You can't do that. Okay, well, thank you very much. And I hope this place actually is holding 47 children because you guys are receiving $1.26 million in this year alone. So have a great rest of your day. They won't even give us a paper to enroll a child. Could have
Poor
debunked all
Joey.
their claims.
Man, poor Joey,
One
bro.
of the big talks about the fraud is about Quality
Joey
Learning
can't get
Center.
no-
It's a daycare that has received $1.9 million.
Joey can't get no
It's licensed
daycare.
for over 99
Oh, are we gonna go
children.
back to the Leering
Instead of
Center?
Quality Learning, it says Quality Leering outside.
I want to go back to the Leering Center.
But the big controversy
I wanna
about
leer.
the Quality Leering Center is that Somalians,
I wanna
after the
leer.
video went live, they all of a sudden started
go.
shuffling children into the daycare, but at the same time, the Commissioner of Children of Minnesota was on a live stream saying they had closed the daycare a week ago.
Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago.
How much money has this place all received? And what's...
So this is the one that's licensed for 99 children. This fiscal year, they've received 1.9 million, and in fiscal year 2024, they had received about 2.2 million. So about 4 million in the last 2 fiscal years.
We're up in the Quality Leering Center. 1-800-FRAUD as now...
Okay, wait. So, I kind of a side thought, I guess. Even if these were legit businesses, what does a child center need millions of dollars for? Like, what are you using all that money for? Like, what are we buying here? I mean, I guess food for the kids, probably, right? Can't imagine. does it really need that much money a year though? I don't know. Let's see someone do the math on that.
Had been confirmed that this place
That's
was
a lot of
closed
money.
down, and
Holy.
now they're shuffling children into the daycare.
So Tiki Brown said this facility was closed.
She said a week ago.
And now magically it's full of cars. So how can it be closed if people are coming and going?
Fraud. Why do you have everybody here?
Okay, this is the owner right here.
They can record it. We just need to off the property.
So you guys can record. And so how come they said this building was closed? We're trying to speak to the owner. They won't even answer a simple question. Look, now he's going inside.
Sir, don't run though. It looks suspicious when you run, brother.
You can't make this stuff up, bro. They're trying to give him advice on how to not look suspicious. Come on, bro. Come on.
You can smile, but you look, bro.
Sir,
just come
I'm right
speak.
here.
He's right here to speak to you.
I'm right here.
Don't do that. Oh,
You can't
man.
defend the fraud.
Oh, come on. At the daycare, do it. Hey, not at the daycare, doing the middle finger, though.
At the daycare, flipping the bird at the day. What type of example are you setting for the children? Come on, chat. Come on now. We're flipping birds at a child care center. What are we doing here, chat? What are we doing here, man? Come on. It's like, as adults, there's an expected level of respect here, chat, right? Like, you don't do or say anything inappropriate at, like, elementary schools or children daycare centers and shit, man. There's not, like, rules for that, right? But it's like a no-brainer, man. Like, what are we doing here?
We have like 100.
No respect.
Now, both of these people
No
have
respect for the
interesting ties with
kiddos.
politicians inside Minnesota. For instance, the man who's running the daycare, he was celebrating with Mayor Fry after he won re-election of mayor inside of Minneapolis. And then this lady right here seems to be a friend of Ilhan Omar, as she has photos with her outside of the restaurant.
Interesting.
And she also has videos of her giving a tour to a separate daycare to Mayor Fry. It really makes you wonder why these politicians haven't fought against the fraud, knowing that it's happening in locations like Quality Learning Center. Meanwhile, they're taking photos and celebrating with them.
You can't make it up,
What's your
man.
message, people, on the fraud here in Minnesota?
Like, what are we doing, man? Why are we teaching kids how to leer? Alright? It's not good. Alright? Don't be leering. Okay? Learn your ABCs or some shit. And nasty.
This is part of the cover-up. They're trying to cover their tracks. So, let me say this on camera. If you can prove that any of the information that I have here is false, I'll give you $100,000 cash.
Big David balling like that? I didn't know you was big balling like that, David. My bad. I'm telling you, chat. David is literally main character energy. This guy is so... Yo, David is goated. This guy needs a statue in Minneapolis or some shit, bro. This guy's awesome. I like this guy. It's pretty awesome.
If any of it's false.
Also, by the way, if no one steps up, that's crazy. Literally, bro. It's like if somebody told you, I'll give you $100,000 if you can prove to me that 2 + 2 isn't 5 or some shit, bro. It's like, that's easy $100K in cash, right? And if it's in cash, you don't have to put that on your taxes. But, you know, that's just me.
Anyway. Anybody want to take me up?
Nobody wants a...
And if you can't prove it,
Nobody wants a
you
free
have to give me
stack.
$100.
So you saying all that's real?
100%. I'll give you $100,000 if you can disprove my information.
See, they all went silent. Silent.
Anybody? Your $100 versus my $100,000 cash.
They're all silent. What do you think about the fraud here?
Hey, the fraud here in Minnesota, I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy. Like, what do you mean specifically? What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you feel about this daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million? And they couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled leering.
Hey, man.
Leering. I can't get over that, bro. Leering on a child daycare center. Like, what are we doing here, man? I don't know. I don't think it's kind of crazy.
And
for two reasons.
Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say.
Did he say they're an interesting creature? What did he say?
This daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million.
What did he say?
They couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled leering.
Hey man, Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say.
Am I hearing this say they're interesting creature? I don't know if that was misspoken or what, but that is awesome. That is hilarious.
Say too much. I'm already too hot. But I mean, Tim Walz, you gotta solve this stuff. Minnesota really cracked down on this because they've been doing this for years. So
should Tim Walz be prosecuted?
Hell yeah.
And at this point, you're probably wondering where all the millions and billions of dollars has gone. Well, it's been well tracked that a lot of the money,
all those Habibis back at home.
Hundreds of millions of dollars has been funneled through TSA at the airport inside of Minnesota. It's been well tracked and documented. Even in 2017, there was reports coming from the local Fox News station, and I was actually able to meet up with.
Wait, but Fox News is fake news. It's fake news. Fox is fake news! What are we talking about here, man?
The whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw millions of dollars go through TSA.
And what kind of fraud did you see take place here in Minnesota?
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years.
That's interesting, by the way. If TSA sees millions of dollars leaving the country, is that not like does that not ring any bells or something like that? Do no flags go up or something? It's like even if they're not doing anything bad, I feel like it would still kind of be concerning to see millions of dollars to consistently be leaving the country, especially if it's coming from civilians or companies. I don't know. I feel like you would probably want to keep your eye on that. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just smoking methamphetamine.
24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And my recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this, then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was anywhere from $1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was, as far as I can remember, there was always 2 individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact HSI and Customs, and I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this, but nothing was ever done the whole time I was there. I talked to one individual. We were going after narcotic cash leaving the airport. This was always fraud. We had no nexus to that this cash was related to narcotics. So our hands were kind of tied. We couldn't do a whole lot.
How do you suspect these Somalians had millions of dollars to move in an airport?
We would rack our heads all the time, like, where are they getting this? Where in the world are they getting this money? And I had heard about these daycares and whatnot, but I mean, I thought at the time, okay, maybe they had 10 daycares, but apparently they have a lot more than that. We were all just racking our heads trying to figure this out.
So you openly saw just millions of dollars get moved through these airports.
I saw one time. I saw an open suitcase with the cash because we were looking into seeing if it was narcotics related, which it was not.
How much money do you think?
That is insane, dude. Okay, let's just break this down. So you're telling me that you were consistently seeing a bunch of Somalis trying, or I guess not trying to, but bringing suitcases with millions of dollars in them. So this is cash, right? They're claiming it. You investigate it. Has nothing to do with narcotics. But you're consistently seeing these Somalis bring millions in suitcases. And nobody thought to investigate that. How? On what planet is that normal? That's not normal. Even if you don't know anything about what's happening, there's no way you wouldn't find millions in a suit in a briefcase suspicious. There's just no way.
Move through the
Any normal person would find that suspicious.
Millions, literally millions and millions. I mean, we're talking for a good
having
5,
millions
6
in
years,
cash.
You're talking
would be suspicious in itself.
I don't know, 5
and
to 6
transporting
million a week. It would happen.
millions via briefcases through TSA should be even more suspicious. What are we doing, chat?
Twice a week. You would get twice a week where there would be somebody flying, 2 people flying out with $1 to $2 to $3 to $4 or $5 million twice a week, every week, without fail.
And where were those people traveling to?
So, $1 to $2 to $3 to $4 or $5 million twice a week.
Twice a week? That's not suspicious? Come on, Jay. You can't make this stuff up.
Every week, without fail.
And where were those people traveling to?
So, this is the word I got, that they would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai, and then apparently what I had heard was it was too dangerous to go any further with it, so they'd wire the money to Somalia.
You cannot make this shit up.
Whether they scraped a whole bunch off the top and did that, I don't know.
Wow, so they take the money from Minnesota, take it to Atlanta, and then take it to Dubai, and then from Dubai they then wire the money.
Correct. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I was told by other investigators.
So all the taxpayers' dollars were getting funneled through the airports and then taken to Dubai to be sent to Somalia.
Yes. Yes. It appears that's how it all went down, yes.
Come on, man. You literally cannot make this up. Oh, we only had a little bit left to go. Okay, nice.
Thank you. As I listen to the witnesses answer questions today, I'm struck.
Shut up. Cannot make this stuff up, chat. He did it again. The crazy son of a bitch did it again, chat. Shout out to Nick Shirley. Shout out to David. Obviously, of course, we shout out to Tatum and his company. I think it's called Blackline, if I remember correctly. For providing the security, because as we saw, things can get a little spicy out there in the field. All right. But yeah, shout out to Nick Shirley, man. He's really doing out here some great work. This is what journalists used to do, Trent. Believe it or not, right? Before, journalists weren't a bunch of keyboard warriors bitching about representation in video games. All right, journalists would actually go to places and do some some hardcore journalism, Chad. It was awesome, right? But we don't really see that anymore, right? The BBC doesn't really do that anymore. Nobody does that anymore, right? It's just a bunch of fucking hacks. And shit. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I'm here with Penma. She is my baby. I love to go into the Navy. Everybody's screaming and having a good time. And every time I get here, I just wanna rhyme. I'm Mari Mari, and I love to say I love having gay sex at
And cut!